How's everybody doing today? We're going to explain trading. This is the trading masterclass master guide for anybody that needs to know about it. Now, the first things first, what is trading and why should you be doing it when you play Pokemon Go? Well, it's actually something that's very amazing and you should do it every day. First and foremost, you can only trade with other Pokemon Go players that are on your friends list, and you have to be 100 meters or closer. If you're further than 100 meters, you guys cannot trade, right? Everybody wishes you could trade with people from across the globe, but you got to be close to each other. So get you some Pokemon Go friends, or maybe make that alt account, right? Who knows? Maybe you could trade with yourself. Also, can't trade mythical Pokemon. You can trade legendaries, and you can trade shinies and stuff like that, but you cannot trade mythical or shadow Pokemon in Pokemon Go. You could trade up to 100 Pokemon a day, and there is a limit on how many special Pokemon you could trade, which counts as purified Pokemon, shiny Pokemon, legendary Pokemon, and Pokemon that you or the other person does not have in their decks, right? So if you don't have a Tauros and somebody trades you a Tauros, that's going to be a special trade, and you get a limit of 1 per day. That's it, 1. Out of your 100 trades, you get 1 shiny, 1 legendary, 1 purified, or 1 Pokemon that's not in your Pokedex, unless the event states otherwise. Like right now, the season that we're in, you get 2. Every day you get 2, and that's beautiful because you can use that to get you some XL candies, which we'll cover later in the video. My name's Trainer Jay, guys, and if you enjoy this type of content or you want to learn everything you can learn about Pokemon Go to become a Pokemon Go master, consider subscribing or joining in the memberships below. Just like the video if you can't do that, but I really appreciate you guys for watching, and hopefully you learned something new today. With that being said, every time you make a trade, the IVs will change, and you're going to get what's called a reroll. So if you trade a perfect stat Pokemon that's got a Hundo, right? He's a 4-star, and your trade partner gives you a Pokemon that's a Nundo that's got all zeros across the board, you both are going to get a reroll, and you'll probably end up getting, you know, a 10-10-10 and a 5-5-5, right? Your Pokemon stats always change when you trade Pokemon. Remember that, because you can't trade a Hundo or a Shundo to somebody else and they keep it. It's going to always reroll. Also, Pokemon can only be traded once. There are Pokemon that can evolve for free when it's traded to you, or you trade it to someone else, but you can't trade it back, right? So it's best to mirror trade these Pokemon. I'll put a list of them on the screen right now to show you all the Pokemon that evolve for free, and it saves you 100 or 200 candy for that Pokemon. Now there is an IV floor, the lowest stat you can get when trading Pokemon, depending on your friendship levels. If you and your trade partner have no friendship at all, and you guys just added each other, it could be anything from 0 to 15. So it could be a horrible IV Pokemon. And then it goes up from there. I'll put it on the screen. If you're good friends, it could be 1 to 15. If you're great friends, it could be 2 to 15. If you're ultra friends, it could be 3 to 15. And if you're best friends, super duper best friends, it could be 5 to 15, right? Once you're best friends and you trade, that's going to be the cheapest that it costs also, because it takes Stardust every time you do a trade. I'll put that on the screen as well. This is how much it costs every time you trade a Pokemon. There are some really outrageous prices of Stardust if you're brand new friends and you trade something like a shiny or a Pokemon that's not registered in the Pokedex yet. It's gonna cost you a lot, a whopping milli Stardust. So yeah, guys, make sure that you get your friendship up a little bit before you decide to trade, and keep it at a minimum. Nobody wants to spend 1,000,000 Stardust to get that Halucha that you got from Mexico for me. All right, I would pay 1,000,000 for Halucha though. Anybody got Halucha? Seriously, anybody got Halucha? I need them. Also, Meltan, he's a mythical Pokemon, but Meltan can be traded and it counts as a special trade. So you can swap Meltans to get a good IV Meltan or a PvP stat Meltan. Also, purified Pokemon count as a special trade, but the price that it costs to trade it will cost that of a regular trade, right? So trading regular Pokemon like a Magikarp for a Magikarp that's purified, it's only going to cost you the 100 Stardust that it costs to do a trade, but it's going to take up your special trade of the day. Now, there's this thing that everybody likes to know about called Lucky Pokemon. What's a Lucky Pokemon, Trainer Jay? Well, I'll tell you. Are Lucky Pokemon good? Well, I'll tell you. Are they actually cheaper to level up like everybody talks about? Well, I'll tell you. They are cheaper to level up. They are absolutely amazing. It feels great to get one, and they do have a floor of 12, 12, 12. And you got a 1 in 64 chance of getting a Hundo. If you swap shinies for 32 days straight, because you get 2 special trades a day during this season, you could get yourself a Shundo according to the odds. How do you get a Lucky Pokemon, though? How do you get one? I don't know. I've been trading and I don't know how to get one. How could I get a Lucky Pokemon? Well, all you got to do is one of 2 things. Numero uno is to trade with whoever you're trading with over and 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 over. Now, 1 out of 40, you got a chance of getting a Lucky Pokemon. So if you trade your 100 for the day, you might get like 3 or 4 or 5. Sometimes you get very lucky, but I think it's 1 in 40. I don't know for sure. Maybe it's 1 in 25, but it's something like that, you know? You got like a 5% chance or a 3% chance of getting a Lucky Pokemon every time you trade. Now, there's another way. Actually, there's 3 ways. I forgot one. So the second way, numero dos, is to trade a Pokemon that is older, right? If you have a 2016 or a 2017, I think even a 2018 Pokemon that you caught from way back in the day, or your trade partner has one from them old dates, and you swappity swap, you both get a Lucky Pokemon. Unless you have, I believe they upped it to 15, maybe even 20. I think 15 Lucky Pokemon on your account that you have traded like that, right? I think it has to be Lucky Pokemon that you specifically got from a trade from old Pokemon. Because I have lots of Lucky Pokemon in my account, and I still was able to trade with my fiance for a Lucky Pokemon that I traded from 2017. So there's a little bit of work in there, you know, maybe a little bit of luck, but essentially it's guaranteed to get a Lucky if you have an old Pokemon that you trade with somebody. Also, you can become best friends, which is numero tres. Hope I said that right. And you just keep on swapping gifts and raiding together and having your daily interactions every day. You're interacting every day, and bam! You have become Lucky Friends. Shout out to all my people that have Lucky Friends from across the globe that they'll never get to meet or talk to or exchange a meetup because there's no chat feature or function in the game. Just keep on going. After you become best friends, keep interacting and you'll get Lucky Friends eventually, and it guarantees that the Pokemon become lucky. And also, once that trade is done, you'll go back to being just best friends, and you can keep on doing it again until you get Lucky Friends again, right? It takes a long time, and it's very, very rare, but I'm sure you guys probably seen the gold name in your friends list. That's a Lucky Friend, and most of you probably have some that you can't do nothing with. So that ends my rant. That's how you get Lucky Pokemon. Also, by the way, did I mention that they're much cheaper to level up? Like half or something like that? Well, that's pretty much everything that I got to say about trading, guys. You want to make sure that you do your 100 trades every day, anytime you get the chance. They sped up the animation for it, so it's a little bit quicker to do than it used to be, but it still takes a long time. You'll get you a couple lucky Pokemon. There's a good chance of it becoming a Hundo, right? You get some 4 stars out of it, you get some candy out of it, some XL candy out of it. When there's a community day or a spotlight hour, like for instance, Beldum Community Day that just passed, me and my fiance swapped all the Beldums. You get yourself like 100 XL candy if you swap the 100, because it's guaranteed right now, and you get a bunch of regular candy, and you get you a Hundo or 2 out of it, right? Like, just keep swapping them. Save them up, plan it out, and if you gotta make that alt account, make that alt account, right? Do the trades, man. I'm not telling you to break the terms of service, but sometimes in life you gotta do what you gotta do. You feel me? That was your trading masterclass, and I hope you learned something, and I hope that you use it well, and I hope you get some lucky Pokemon and some Shundos and some great stuff. I'll see you guys in a future video. I had a lot of fun making this one, and I hope you loved it. Hope you have the best shiny luck in the world that anyone has ever had anywhere in the entire globe, and I hope you have it right now, my friends. See you on the next one.